1853, San Francisco. Gold has just been discovered in the hills outside the city, and chaos follows. Thousands of desperate men flood into California, abandoning homes and jobs to chase a fortune. Ships arrive nearly empty of crew, since sailors abandon their posts the moment they reach shore. A young Bavarian immigrant named Levi Strauss watches the madness and sees something nobody else notices. The real fortune isn't buried in the mountains. It's sitting in the supply tents at the bottom. Strauss opens a small dry goods store, selling fabric, blankets, and tools to exhausted prospectors. He becomes wealthy slowly and quietly, supplying the men who never actually find their gold. He builds a reputation across the West Coast as an honest, reliable wholesale fabric merchant. 2 decades later, in Reno, Nevada, a tailor named Jacob Davis faces a strange recurring complaint. His customers, mostly rough miners and laborers, keep tearing the pockets clean off their work pants. One customer, a large man named Alkali Ike, keeps ripping his pockets loading firewood for his wife. Denim alone simply isn't strong enough to survive years of kneeling on rock and hauling equipment. Davis has an unusual idea, borrowed from something he once saw holding together horse harnesses. Small copper rivets, hammered directly into the stress points at each pocket corner. He tests it on a pair of pants for Alkali Ike, his particularly hard-working customer. The pockets hold. Word spreads fast among Reno's laborers about the tailor whose pants refuse to fall apart. Miners start requesting the riveted pants by name, even offering to pay a small premium. But Davis has a serious problem. He doesn't have enough money to file a proper patent. He writes a letter to Levi Strauss, the fabric wholesaler he's been ordering denim from for years. Strauss reads the letter and immediately understands the enormous potential sitting inside this small idea. The two men become business partners on the spot, splitting the cost of a patent application. On May 20, 1873, the United States grants patent number 139,121 for riveted work pants. The modern blue jean is officially born, built for miners, cowboys, and railroad crews. Davis relocates to San Francisco to personally oversee production inside the growing Levi Strauss factory. For the next several decades, jeans remain strictly workwear, seen as too rough for polite society. Nobody outside a mine or a ranch would be caught wearing them in a formal setting. During World War II, metal rationing forces the company to remove rivets from the back pockets. Then, in the 1950s, something shifts dramatically inside American culture almost overnight. Hollywood puts denim on brooding, rebellious young actors in major motion pictures. James Dean wears jeans on screen, and suddenly the pants carry an entirely different meaning. They stop symbolizing manual labor and start symbolizing youth, defiance, and quiet rebellion. Some American high schools reportedly ban students from wearing jeans to class entirely during this era. During the Cold War, something even stranger happens behind the Iron Curtain in Eastern Europe. Smuggled pairs of American blue jeans start selling for absurd amounts on underground black markets. To people living under strict authoritarian regimes, a pair of Levi's becomes a quiet symbol of freedom. Governments attempt to ban them outright. Black markets thrive anyway, trading denim like hard currency. Some reports describe a single smuggled pair trading for nearly a month's average local salary. Tourists visiting Soviet cities are reportedly approached on the street by strangers begging to buy their jeans. A pants style built for men breaking rocks in a gold rush becomes a global symbol of liberty. Meanwhile, back in San Francisco, the company that started it all keeps growing quietly, decade after decade. The original patent expires in 1890, and rival manufacturers rush to copy the riveted pocket design. Levi Strauss & Company survives the competition by leaning on something copycats can't easily fake: reputation. The signature orange stitching on the back pocket, added in 1873, becomes an early form of branding. By the 20th century, the humble 501 model becomes the best-selling item of clothing in human history. Even the survivors of the 1906 San Francisco earthquake reportedly help rebuild the company's destroyed headquarters. The company donates blankets and clothing to displaced families across the city in the earthquake's aftermath. By the 1980s, the company expands aggressively overseas, opening factories and stores across dozens of countries. Fashion designers begin reworking denim into high-end runway pieces, a strange twist for former miners' workwear. Museums eventually acquire original 19th century Levi's pairs, displaying torn work pants as genuine historical artifacts. Today, more than 1 billion pairs of blue jeans are manufactured and sold worldwide every single year. It all started with a torn pocket, a handful of copper rivets, and a patent nobody could afford alone.